Now that was God.
Welcome to the YouTube channel, Now That Was God, where stories of inspiration and hope will be shared with you. Stories that you share with us that glorify God.
We welcome and appreciate your God story and would love to share with others. Send it to nowthatwasgod@gmail.com. Join us in glorifying God for His amazing love. Our first story is from Nancy in Wisconsin.
I have two beautiful daughters who at the time were ages 11 and 8, but I felt that my husband really wanted a son. Adoption seemed to be out of the question because it was believed to be too expensive, like thousands of dollars. And besides, wasn't there a waiting list? Well, one day, as I was reading the newspaper, I saw an ad. Adoptive families needed. Really? I thought there was a waiting list. I called right away only to be told that they were looking for black families. I gently explained that we were a mixed family. I was white, my husband was black, and we had two daughters, but were looking for two boys, either twins or brothers. I always felt it was best to have two because then they would have each other to play with. We started the process and had the home study done. Then the agency I was working with said they knew of twin boys that were mixed that were waiting to be adopted, but they were with another agency. They were about a year old. Yes, I was excited and I couldn't wait to meet them. They were adorable, and we did end up adopting them. And guess what? Although I believed it would be expensive, it actually never cost us a single penny. Now that was God.
Now that was God.
Our next story is from Kathryn in Nevada.
I grew up in a chaotic, forceful, mixed message, abusive Christian home. I've seen and experienced about all the abuse you can imagine since I was 4 months old. It seems that I was the scapegoat for my family, the totem pole of bearing up with everyone's stuff, and through it all, God has been with me and helped me to keep on keeping on without becoming bitter, hurtful, cynical or unforgiving. The next journey was from 18 years onward. I've been with abusive men, seen death, was beaten, lost my children, and had been labeled and falsely accused. Then, God came to me one night and put His hand on my left shoulder. When I woke up, I sensed Him telling me, "I've got your back. I am here with you." Now, knowing that God is with me, I have surrendered my life, my dreams, my goals, my family and friends to Him, my blessed Savior. With God, I know who I have believed, and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I have committed unto Him until that day.
Now that was God.
Our next story is from Cassandra in Texas.
For a long time, I knew God, but I didn't have a relationship with Him like the Israelites. I only prayed and called out to Him when I was in trouble or needed something. A lot of times, He answered my prayers. Selfishly, I would forget it was God who helped me. Then, in May of 2015, I found myself in a lot of trouble. I once again called out to God. In His stead, He sent a lady I had known for 2 years to teach me the Bible, and another lady, who I would say burns bright with Jesus, to show me the love of Christ. I began to look back on my life and see how God moved mountains for me. So on July 7, 2015, I wept upon my knees asking God to forgive a sinner as great as me, to come into my heart and make me new. That I believed Jesus Christ died, was buried, and rose again 3 days later, and now sits at the right hand of God as my Lord and Savior. That I surrender my will to Him in every circumstance. In His Son's name, I prayed. Since that day, I have been zealous to learn and read His Word. Even now, knowing I have 60 years in prison with 24 more to go before I see parole, even now, I am free. In John chapter 8 verse 36, Jesus tells me this, and in John chapter 8 verse 32, Jesus says, "Ye shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free." I am free because of my faith in the Son of God, Jesus Christ, and all He has done for me. Now, that was God, calling out to me, to Himself. I'm so grateful He loved me enough not to give up on me.
Now that was God.
Thank you for listening. If you have a story you'd like to share, email it to nowthatwasgod@gmail.com. This YouTube channel is solely for the purpose of praising and glorifying God.